My husband and kids are know how to do that.
Gotta laugh down before you go
Just
anything.
sometimes a little humor.
Get your story out.
So I've always seen myself as a cool, badass chick. The only issue is I've never been seen that way by anyone who has ever met me. Yes, when I worked at Subway while we were being robbed, I did take money out of the register and hide it under the tomatoes and boiled ham. I didn't want any of the perpetrators getting all of Subway's money. Not on my watch. That doesn't make me the goody two-shoes that everybody sees me as, though. So imagine my surprise when I met my primary care physician for the first time at UCLA, and she asked me, "Kelly, how much heroin have you been doing?" Confused, but flattered, I had to come clean and say, I've actually never touched a drug before. She said, "Kelly, you need to be honest with me. I think you have hepatitis or HIV due to your heroin use." I told her there was no way I had hepatitis or HIV, and I was right. What I did have was colon cancer, and it had already spread all over my liver. I did go on social media and discussed my unlucky situation, and I didn't realize how lucky I am. I had no idea so many friends and family members were experts on cancer. My inbox was flooded with messages on how to cure my stage 4 cancer. No one suggested medicine of any kind. One friend said, "Kelly, do not despair. My mom was told she had 3 months to live, and she ate this radish soup, and it saved her life. Here's the recipe." I said, "Your mom only took soup and it cured her cancer?" Turns out her mom had chemo, radiation, surgery, and soup. She left out a few details. I was very devastated, and I met up immediately with Dr. Google. Don't do it. Don't do it. The stats for stage 4 colon cancer are pretty horrific. 80% of us die within 1 to 2 years after diagnosis, and only 5% of us are alive 5 years after diagnosis. So I decided I'm going to be one of these 5%ers, and so I walked in with my first meeting with my new oncologist, ready to fight this. And she told me, "Kelly, you're not going to be one of the 5%ers. Your tumor load's too big. But what we will do is I'm going to put you on a chemo regimen, and it's going to improve the quality of the life you have left." Now, when I first went in to meet with my doctor, my only symptom was fatigue. When I got on this chemo regimen, I lost my hair, it hurt my eyesight, it hurt my teeth. I had bruises all down my legs. I would wake up every day with rashes and open wounds on my face, neck, and chest. I always had to be 5-second run from a bathroom. And if I drank anything that was room temperature or colder, it felt like glass shards were going down my throat. I think my oncologist and I have very different definitions of how to improve one's quality of life. And this one, to me, was even worse. After all those side effects I was going through, anytime I saw someone, they would always say, "Kelly, you look so good. You look amazing." Listen, I love compliments, but I had never been complimented on my appearance before getting cancer. It's amazing that I went from an LA 5 to a Cancer 9. But I was determined to be in this 5%. I read every published study I could find on colon cancer treatment. I read every memoir, and I joined 14 colon cancer Facebook groups. I read every post going back 9 years. And I got lots of great tips. And this was my favorite one. If anyone tells you you look so good, you immediately respond with, "I'm sick, not ugly. Thank you very much." I like it. Yes, you can clap for that. But joining only 14 Facebook groups wasn't enough for me. I actually joined a Stage 4 support group right here in LA, and I have met the kindest, most generous, most loving people, and they're also the most impressive, accomplished people I've ever met. The only bad thing is they keep dying on me. I don't know how I ended up a participant in the Squid Game. I keep making it to the next level while those around me perish, but it doesn't feel like a win. One of the people in my support group that we lost this year was named Amy, and she was amazing. She actually won a silver medal in 2 different Olympics. She was such an impressive person, and it's devastating that we lost her, but she left a real legacy. She did important things. What if I die? I don't have a legacy. Or do I? I don't mean to brag, but you all are looking at Florida's first female Pizza Hut delivery driver. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. It's true. Up until 1995, nobody in Tallahassee, Florida, thought that a woman could deliver a large meat lovers in 30 minutes or less. No, you gotta have a Y chromosome for that. But me and my 92 Mitsubishi Mirage, we did it, breaking through that pizza glass ceiling. Thank you. So I do have a legacy if something happens. I do. Luckily, I had an amazing response to chemo, and my oncologist completely changed her attitude. She actually thought I might have a chance to beat this, and she set up meetings with 2 surgeons at UCLA. Now, because I had read over 100,000 posts on Facebook, I knew this was a win. The only way to beat stage 4 colon cancer is to have those tumors cut out. However, hundreds of people around the world posted that after they had their colon tumor removed, they were left with a colostomy bag, and that these bags explode all the time. I am a professor and a stand-up comedian. I can't be standing up here with a colostomy bag that could explode at any minute. Also, the chemo destroyed almost all my nerves in my hands. I can't tie my shoes anymore. I can't buckle my jeans. I'm not gonna be able to change a colostomy bag. I'm very lucky. I have a very supportive, kind boyfriend who really does love me. But I don't know if he will change my bag of shit love me. I don't know. So I went in very cocky to the meeting with the surgeon. Not only are you gonna do the surgery, you're not gonna leave me with a colostomy bag. But I didn't even get that far. He rejected me for surgery. I have since learned when you have cancer, you find yourself saying things you would have never imagined, because I looked him in the face and said, I will wear an exploding bag of shit. Please save my life. Please save me. And he looked right at me and he said no. And it was very devastating. But I know social media gets a bad rap, but thank goodness for my Facebook groups, because people all over the world mentioned that for stage 4 colon cancer, we have a true hero out there. He's the Superman of surgeons. And people all over the US, Canada, South Korea, Egypt, Germany, New Zealand flew in here to meet with him. His name is Dr. Fong, and he's right here in LA at City of Hope, and I got an appointment with him. And so I knew walking in he was my only hope to save me. And he looked at my charts and he said, Kelly, you're in bad shape. He said, there's one thing we can do, but I have to be honest with you, it's probably not gonna work, and you need to understand this. So he said my only option was to have a liver pump inserted in my abdomen with a catheter going directly to my liver that sends 100 times the amount of chemo I had been getting. And so I said, sign me up, let's do it. He said, again, Kelly, this is probably not going to work. But after 4 chemo treatments, it did work. Dr. Fong called me his miracle patient. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And he agreed to cut off 80% of my liver, taking my last 8 tumors with it. And so, oh, I forgot the best important thing. Not only did he agree to save my life, but he said, Kelly, before this surgery, under no circumstance are you to lose any weight. I got this, Doc. I've been training my whole life for this. Thank you, Pizza Hut. So after 26 rounds of chemo, 5 radiation treatments, and 3 major surgeries, I will find out on August 24th if I am cancer-free. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Let's hope the soup worked. Let's hope the soup worked, guys. Thank you so much.